Hey, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to the irae Amantes. We've finished chapter 10 and it's time to begin the next one, which I don't know the name of yet. We'll see it in a few minutes, I guess. Alright, for now let's see how it begins, basically. And I almost broke a freaking glass. Yeah. That's a good beginning, but, well, at least it was almost, so it's still intact. Everything had a beginning and an end. That was one of the absolute laws governing the world. Nothing could advance beyond itself until it converged at a particular point. One had to know how to walk, to run. Well, technically it's true. One had to be born to die. Well, with that we can actually argue, because it depends how you define being born, right? If it's getting out of the mother's stomach, then actually you can die before being born. If we define being born here as the woman getting pregnant, then yeah, that's correct. Why such dark topic? Anywho, well, the game is kinda dark, so I guess we can even touch topics like that a bit. An obvious notion known to every little child. A concept so simple it left no room for further explanation. That is how stubborn a principle it was, pervading every single action taken on the surface of this world. And so he, too, understood it quite well indeed. There was but one way to liberate him from the curse, the fate of having everything he desired robbed of him for all time to come. He didn't need anyone to tell him. His instinct sank of its veracity in his heart. Fight again. Settle the score once and for all. He'd hear those words where time blood pumped through his brain, irritating him to no end. He had to defeat the architect of his torment. He had to sever the thread of fate and exterminate the source of his cursed fate. He knew that, better than anyone. He'd be unable to move forward for as long as that bout remained unfinished. As such, it was his past he needed to challenge. He had to overcome this hurdle, to obliterate that butcher, his nemesis, no matter what, or to be more exact.
さて、バルハラへようこそ、ベイチュイ。心地はいかがかな?
We are talking about this guy?
いい気分ですね。想像通り、ここの空気は悪くない。
Two voices reverberated across the throne hall of the devil's castle. Wilhelm, kneeling before the golden beast on its magnificent throne, grinned to himself, not even attempting to mitigate his coarse nature. It had been 60 years since Reinhard sent his castle, the old base of operations for the Obsidian Round Table, beyond the fringes of the mortal realm. As such, while this was technically returned for Wilhelm, it nonetheless made sense to inquire his opinion pertaining to the changes of the place. And Wilhelm, feeling the damnation and otherworldliness of the castle in his very bones, nonetheless claimed it to be inconsequential. For him, the moon always remained the moon, regardless of how far it drifted from sight or whether it had grown thousands of times in wave. His affection towards that beloved celestial bunny would never waver.
まあ、もともと俺にとっちゃ城だろうが馬小屋だろうが同じなんですが、ここだけは別格でしょうよ。
Come on. You would be able to do that, Wilhelm.
何より匂いがいい。この半世紀ほどで世の中どこもかしこも様変わりしちまったが、ここは何にも変わってねえ。本質はそのままに、住み心地だけが良くなってるときた。
ほう？つまり、万事不変のままであると？
そりゃそうでしょう。誰もどれも何一つ変わっちゃいない。
and that pleased his heart to no end. Both the peerless supremacy that succeeded his way by margin, and in the realms summoned by its power, they all remained at heights he could never aspire to reach. They were there for him. The same applied to the Battalion of Three as well. Neither Machina, nor Zamil, nor Shriva had changed in the slightest. All and everyone had been trapped within endless battlefields, connected to each other, their bodies and souls assembling the framework of hell.
ザミエルがよく栄光だのなんだの口にしちゃいましたが、今なら俺にもその輝きってやつが少しはあるんでしょうかね。何せ黄金のお膝元だ。どこ向いたって照らされる。
しかりだ、注意。K はすでに私の恩寵を約束されている。その事実、恐ろしくはないかね。
まさか。
He snorted, denying the accusation with a barely contained laugh. The very notion was ludicrous. Others might have had their issues with the truth, but it was an incredibly silly question to ask someone like him.
どこぞの腰抜けどもと一緒にしないでもらえませんかね、ハイドリ卑怯。俺は連中と違う。獣の相我になる権利はまごうことなき勲章でしょうよ。呪いか何かのように扱う奴らは、てめえで臆病風を自分に向かって吹きつけてやがる。ボケが上等じゃねえか。永遠に戦い続けられるっていうのによ。これ以上のバルハラなんざ、どこに行こうとお目にかかれやしないだろうが。
He didn't doubt for a second that he had been blessed. He spoke like a true villain, his eyes pregnant with fervor and bloodlust. Those words were the proof of his fealty, foretelling his boundless desire to ride the waves of endless strife. However,
ではベイ、K は一体何が物足りぬ。
his golden perfect soul through the surely veiled discontent right away.
自らの欲するままに生き、呼吸と同義に血を吸いたける闇の不死鳥。ゆえ、K にとって我が祝福を受けることは呪詛でなく福音であり、何者にも代え難き訓であると。それは良い。満たされるというのは至上だろう。長年にわたって焦がれたものを得られる幸福。私も追い求め続けている身である以上よくわかる。だからこそだ。疑問が残るな。K は満たされていると吠えてはいた。理屈の上でもあっていいよ。しかしそれでありながら、未だ飢えている私と近しさを感じるのはいかなることか。達しながら足りぬ、得ながら飢える。矛盾だな、ベイ。倒壊などする男ではあるまい。その胸をうがった空撃、埋まらぬほどの穴であるなら、K は宙を誓わぬだろうよ。
Wilhelm would have had no reason to deserve the gold, if his true desire had been outside the realms of his power, and he was a man who would rather see the world burn than be sneaky and conceal his passions.
ならば、つまりその喜びは予定なのだろう。K は今満たされているのでは断じてない。これより満たされるための術を、ついに見つけ出したのだ。カールの選択を、存在の根幹に刻み込まれた呪縛を乗り越える、その術をな。
Wilhelm affirmed Reinhardt's words with a chortle he failed to contain. He never supposed it was possible to hide anything from his lord, anyway. As such, he instead chose to savor the joy of being understood so thoroughly and put his true wish into words.
まあおっしゃる通り。ちょいとばかし進言しておきたいことがありましてね。うすうす感づいちゃいたものの、そいつは明らかに露骨すぎてた。いぶかしんでみれば機会を逃して、結局今の今まで引っ張られたわけですよ。
For such was the fickle nature of fate. The stench was so strong he blocked his nose, and he missed what had been going in front of his very eyes.
つまり、最初から見当はついていたというわけか。
そうでしょうよ。それこそが俺の海だった。
Their beginning was odd and had no end. Then they reached the final point. As such, regardless of how much he struggled, he could only ever keep going in circles. That was exactly why Wilhelm would never be graced with a proper conclusion. No matter what he did, all things he reached out to claim for his own would slip through his fingers. As such, he had to put an end to the very first of such occurrences, one that had been denied to him for over 6 years. All he needed now was permission.
あれに打ち勝ったなら、アルベドの席を俺に与える。ってのはどうですか?
Huh. The two golden eyes started out in amusement as they bore into Wilhelm, despite the beast already knowing all there was to know about that ivory lieutenant.
シュライバーと戦う。それが K の望みだと。
理性のかっ飛んだあのバカには騎士なんざ無用ってことですよ。奴はすでに、いや、元からそんなご大層な称号ふさわしくなかった。これ間違いだったってことでしょう。
Wilhelm almost chuckled at the superficiality and emptiness of his excuses. Both of them knew the truth, yet continued the farce nonetheless smiling. After all, the following vote would be one that decided the composition of the Round Table. He needed an official concession from the Lord, as such he had to become a gallant warrior worthy of this saga of the ages.
それに、野郎の力だけはドイツも認めているでしょう。そこについちゃ俺も例外じゃない。ただその名乗りがふさわしいかといえば考えものだ。まあ怪物につける首輪としちゃ上等でしょうが、けだものは着飾ることなんざ意にも介しちゃいませんよ。
なるほど。しかし今のシュライバーは K の称した通り怪物だ。その名に恥じぬバナルガンド。
Except for you.
だから俺がその最初になるんですよ。本来そうなるべきだったはずが今までそうならなかったから誰にもできなかった。覚えているでしょう、ハイドリヒ卿。
I do remember that. For he was the very reason why a bout between beast and vampire was left perpetually unfinished.
ああ無論忘れておらぬよ。半分は私のせいと言いたいわけか。
ええ、だから。
For a heartbeat, David even failed to contain himself, his countenance lighting up with a palpable madness.
シュライバーを倒せば俺は満足できるかもしれないんですよ。
Wilhelm's true wish and craving rose up his throat like twin snakes guiding each other's way, unveiling themselves in all their glory. It was the first time he had called his nemesis by name.
それさえ叶えばメルクリウスの言葉すら乗り越えちまうってことになる。
さすれば K は真実黒煙卓の一番やり、カールの呪いを覆した誉れ高きアルベドというわけか。
That meant that destruction was inborn Crete. Each member of the table was struck by Calcraft's duality of blessing and curse in one. For the Mercury, a magician unveiled both the strength and weaknesses of their fates. There was not a single exception to this rule. Not even Reinhard Heydrich could escape its shackles. For that very thing proved to be his greatest dilemma. To rid oneself from karma's chains was indeed the greatest, most coveted goal for all Einherjar.
それを俺があなたに教えて差し上げられるかもしれない。どうです？
An outrageous claim, delusional even. He pleaded for his master's permission with a haughty smile and eyes glistening with madness. And indeed, his insane proposition was met by an answer similarly existing beyond the fringes of reason.
よかろう。ではご教授願おうか。K の進言叶えてやろう。部下をねぎらい、抱えた心情を組むのもまた私の務めであるならば。願うものがあるのなら競い合い、そして奪い取ってみるがいい。奮戦を期待しよう、ベイ。
Jawohl, mein Herr.
Wilhelm rose to his feet and left the throne room, his heart racing impatiently in his chest, his very being trembling with joy. He would soon fill the void in his soul, becoming a rose to rob the whole cosmos of its vitae. A white rose that remained forever pallid in the moonlight, regardless of how much crimson it ingested.
De, お前らとしても異論は
Wilhelm and Robert and Gredo had both been standing by outside the throne room.
ないなら行くぜ。
ああ、異論などないよ。ハイドリヒ教のご加盟だ。
The inheritor of Valhalla had bright in their names, but none possessed a soul petty enough to be intimidated by new additions to their ranks. If anything, they welcomed these souls to join them in their journey of endless strife and bloodshed, provided they truly possessed the strength and will to become one.
そうかい。
As such, no concern was necessary. Those who were few would survive, and those not would simply perish. There was nothing more to it, and Wilhelm certainly didn't need any extra information on Schreiber. As fantastic as it was, the two had already lived as inhuman beasts long before they ever met the obstinate table. Consequently, it was easy to foretell that they would share a certain link, both being monsters born only to wreak havoc. In truth, nobody in the order understood better the true power and nature of the Ashen Knight than Wilhelm.
優先を期待するよ、ベイ。私は貴様のことがそう嫌いではない。
Huh. Interesting.
バルハラ流出に先駆ける合法だ。その歓喜をもって、ダミーを貪る者らに戦果の何たるかを知らしめるがいい。勝つにしろ、負けるにしろ。
華々しく踊るってかはは言われなくてもな。
Wilhelm grinned at Eleanor as she pulled on the cigar between her lips.
しかしどうしたよ。妙に塩らしいじゃねえか、ザミエル。バビロンをやった干渉にでも浸ってんのか。
抜かせ。貴様の知ったことではないよ。
She answered with a faint smile that made it impossible to discern her true feelings, and there was certainly no one present who would attempt to pry further.
私は私なりに残してきた同胞のことを気にかけていた。貴様も例外ではないよ、ベイ。もはや他に誰もおらぬのが寂しい限りと言えるがね。せめて一人くらいは英雄の座に上がってほしいものだと思っている。てなくばハイドリヒ教も失望しよう。月並みだが武運を祈る。
そいつはまた光栄だ。
In truth, Eleanor had been quite curious about the upcoming battle. After all, she too participated in their initial uninterrupted bout.
今はキルヒアイゼンがおらぬし、私も動かん。邪魔が入る余地は皆無だ。存分にやるがいい。
おお、特等席で見てな、ザミエル。あの日の続きだ。楽しめると思うぜ。
And as Wilhelm was about to pass the two,
ベイ、本会を果たせ。お前が始まりを開くがいい。
the somber knight who wished more than one to be liberated from his accursed fate addressed the Iron Demon, his words ringing more like a solemn oath than regular speech. You had one chance to rid yourself of this curse. Do not squander it. The man to whom such a chance had been perpetually denied swore to make it his own if it ever came within his reach. Wilhelm's grin broadened as he stepped ahead, not caring to turn back and face the other two. This was most definitely a place for him. He could not let it be wasted on a lunatic.
そうだな、マキナ。その通りだと思う。
That time was nigh to sever the shackles of his curse. No matter the circumstances, no matter the time, he was denied everything. All that he genuinely wished for would drift away. a nightmarish fate befitting a miserable clown, an absolute law for malice, an incessantly recurring sham. The rain lay the cause for that which consumed the flames of his soul. To put it simply, it had a certain beginning that had yet to come to an end, and nothing in his life could change as long as it remained unfinished. He would keep losing everything for an eternity. With an unending beginning, there was no place for anything else to start. A most elementary reasoning, as such.
そうだったよな、シュライバー。俺とお前こそが始まりの小生だ。
This was their creed, and who was the first to have been subjugated by unsworn loyalty to Reinhard Heydrich? Each would claim to have been the first, yet only one had the right to proclaim it as an absolute truth. Whoever did that would be Albedo, one of the supporting pillars of the Gold. A white seed who had danced to deny our air as the gates of the Devil's Castle opened. A single beam of white pierced the sky like a bullet without making as much as a sound. It soared towards the conclusion, the end, that it had once been rubbed off. After 60 long years of an interlude, the bout that commemorated the initiation of the Obsidian Round Table would now resume in earnest. Chapter 11 Xenogenesis. We are pretty far from the ending yet. Apparently, it took me 2 days to regain consciousness after the events in the castle. I closed the windows, then covered them with curtains to escape the sight of that messed up sky. I didn't want to see my world change in that way. The mere sight of the dread robbed me of energy, and that was pretty much all I'd been doing since waking up. I knew this place wasn't safe. The whole city had turned to an empty ruin, like some ghost down from a cheap movie. But my room did not. That was what had become of our home, and I could do nothing to stop it. The hole on the wall, the window that connected my room to Kasubi's felt oddly surreal and distant. To an extent, I felt like she might pop her head out of it if I knocked on the wall. But that's not going to happen, unfortunately. Himura sat down on the bed, avoiding my eyes. We had already told each other everything that had been on our minds. With no more words left to be exchanged, we remained at each other's side, silent and unmoving like sculptures of wood. Our faint breathing was all that could be heard in the room. We were like moping children, our weathered bodies crushed under the strain of our own powerlessness, as well as the path we chose to take. Mari. No one answered my call. She must have been among us, but before I knew it, I stopped feeling her presence in my right arm. Was she also wallowing in sorrow, or did she truly vanish somewhere? I couldn't even tell that much in my current state. I knew she had been blaming herself, regretting her decisions, and it hadn't been that long since her heart was born. I couldn't help rechecking the wave of my hand each time that thought crossed my mind. I prayed to the instrument of execution dwelling within my arm. I earnestly pleaded her not to leave me. So please, Mari, you are one of the last people I hold dear. One of the last people I swore to protect. As I was so busy having semi-monologues in my mind.
あのさ、
Himura suddenly interrupted me.
今、別の女の子のこと考えてなかった？
いや。
You could say she hit the nail on the head, preventing me from coming up with an articulate reply right away.
しかも当たっちゃうし。まあいいけど。どうせ、前に会ったあの子のことなんでしょ？
そりゃ、はい。
Himura met Mari back in the club. She didn't mention something along the lines of Mari explaining everything to her, but I couldn't tell for certain exactly how much that meant, or how she currently perceived Mari.
ああ、いいから説明しなくて。別にそういうの知りたいんじゃないし。ちょっと私も気になってるだけだから。
Okay, stop acting like that, please.
気になるって言うと？
すごい責任感じてたでしょ？あの後フォローとかしてるのかなって思っただけ。 それでフォローしたなら、どんなフォローだったのか気になるだけ。何その目は。
I felt like she had been misunderstanding something.
フォローはしてないですね。できてない。
The last time I had the chance to speak with Mari was still in the castle. Ever since I woke up, she hadn't been responding to my attempts of calling her.
そう。なんだかやるせないね。
Himura looked away as I told her the honest, embarrassing truth.
私はあんまり勝手な人物評をするのは好きじゃないんだけど。あの子はなんだか危ういよ。どんな色にも染まっちゃいそう。藤井くんがちゃんとしてなきゃダメっぽいね。
True.
心当たりある？
It did. A whole orchestra of bells. I'd been postponing the issue for the longest time, but Mari changed completely the day I met her in heart at the church. She started laughing, getting angry, and even crying like a normal girl. I didn't give it much attention since I figured her growing more human-like was a good sign, but in retrospect, that might have been a grave mistake on my part.
先輩の言う通り、あの子は俺の気持ちに引きずられてるようなところがある。考えてみると、マリーが強く何か言うような時は、だいたい俺も冷静じゃなかった。
それは気が合うとかって意味じゃなくて？
そうかもしれないけど、何にせよ先輩の印象は当たってそうだよ。マリーはどこか、ちょっと危ういところがある。
Now that I think about it, have I googled that, I believe, game that we have on the poster or not? Because I'm pretty sure I mentioned this before. Okay, seems like I did Google it. Okay. Is it from the same yeah, it's the same developer, okay. Why am I keeping... Okay, let's not get to it. Alright, boom. Mari became extremely agitated when I lost myself in rage back in the castle, almost like our emotions were synchronized. And look where that got us. I might have received incredible power, but completely lost my senses and even ended up physically altered. I couldn't quite say that in front of Himura, but I felt as if I had overridden Mari with that dreadful thing. With my own craving. As such, rather than coming up with meaningless excuses, I should have first tried to get to know her better. I certainly couldn't say I did a particularly good job on that front so far.
迷惑かけたから、なんとかしたいんですけどね。
そう。でもなんか、藤井くんは藤井くんで後ろめたいみたいだけど、向こうだってそうなんじゃない？だから、会ってくれないイコール顔も見たくないっていうのは短絡的って話。合わせる顔がないっていうのあるでしょ？
Might be true as well.
あの子はどっちかっていうと、そういう感じに見えるけど。
She had a point. I was definitely going through a lot on my end, but who says Mari would be any different? Still, there was no fixing that unless I managed to make her come out somehow. Or, you are supposed to go to her. Because maybe she's on that beach again. Right? You agree with me, Irae, right? I already knew simply calling out her wouldn't work, and I didn't have time to expose myself to the kind of danger that would force her to appear. Our situation was hardly what I could call rosy. Still, I wondered how the bastards were planning to open the 7th and 8th swastikas with no poor people left down. Didn't they basically force themselves into the corner, putting us into an indefinite stalemate as long as I made no moves? What? But wait, they did summon their castle themselves. Even those psychos would be brain dead enough to screw themselves over that bed. In that case, what would be the best course of action for me? What should I prioritize most of all right now? An abrupt cough interrupted my thoughts.
藤井くん、真面目なのはいいけどさ、どうせならもっと楽しい話をしようよ。
そんないきなり楽しい話って言われても。
例えば熊本には日々どれくらいの数の熊が生まれては消えていくのだろうとか。
Well, you know, of course I know the answer for that. Why wouldn't I know that? I mean, Kumamoto, come on. How many bears are born and die in, not on, Kumamoto. Kumamoto. I fucking hate typing on touch screens. And I think there's no answer. At least I don't see, like, quickly glancing. Anywho, do you know the answer for that? I'm kinda interested for.
熊を擬人化したキャラの語尾に熊がつくのは、そもそも誰が始めたんだろうとか。
How would I know that?
藤井くんと熊が捨て殺したら、どういう結果になるんだろうとか。
I'd win if the bear was plushy. The last one didn't sound very merry to me.
先輩、なんか熊本県に恨みでもあるんですか？
I guess.
ないよ。全くない。
Her reply felt oddly unnatural. Himura broke our gaze, looking away from you with a hint of irritation.
俺、なんかしましたか？
Yeah, a little bit.
何も？
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Her behavior hinted at the opposite for.
何もしないから、少し腹立つ。
Yeah, she seems irritated.
は？
Huh?
だから藤井くん、私に何もしてこないよね。
Whoa. Or should we say, Yoza? That's what she's expecting, right? I suppose I wasn't.
なんだろう。私たちって、結構すごいこと言ったりやったりしたような気がするんだけどな。
Yes. I guess he triggered a few flags.
藤井くん的には、別に大したことじゃなかったのかな。他に仲いい子がいるみたいだし、私の前で堂々とその子のこと考え出すくらいだし。
Now that's kinda bullshit.
一言で言うと、結婚詐欺師だよね。
いや、
I didn't remember saying anything about marriage for.
実際、何話したらいいかわかんなくて。
She was right in that we said all sorts of things to each other without ever acting up on them. I was half unconscious at the time, but I could still vaguely recall everything. Vaguely. When I had to deal with these things head on, I'd feel embarrassed and tense up. I just couldn't help it.
だから、楽しいことを話そう。
Teddy bears? Okay, she made a faint smile and clasped my hand.
真面目なことや悲しいことは、考え出すと私たち、ダメだよ。藤井くんは一人で突っ走り出しちゃうし、私は逃げたくなってきちゃう。お互い、そういう悪い癖があるじゃない。言ったよね。覚えてる？
I gave her a silent nod. There was no way I could forget.
こういう言い方も変だけど、多分私たち、相性あんまり良くないよ。だから誰かが間に入ってくれないとダメで。
We didn't say that there is no chemistry between the two.
ゆさくんだったり、綾瀬さんだったり、それにあの子、名前なんだっけ？
Actually, what girl? There are two girls that you might mean.
マリー。
What about Hanja?
マリーちゃんとか。そういう誰かがいないとね。ちょっと破滅型なんだよ、私たち。
That's kinda true.
白も大概破滅型だと思いますけど。
True.
ああ、あの子もそんな感じだね。でも、いたら場が和むよ。
和むっていうより、きな臭くなるって言った方が。
まあ、とにかく、
She squeezed my hand, indicating she wanted me to listen closely for a change.
今は前向きに、能天気に行こうよ。
Oh, that jazz. The reality of the situation was entirely too depressing to face head on. I thought that was the idea underlying her words.
お互い、悪い癖出さないように、できるだけシリアス禁止。
なんか閉まんないですね、それ。
She ignored my irae comment and continued in a merry tone.
藤井くんは、私のこと好き？
Yes. That came out of nowhere. It left my mind a complete blank.
私は好きだよ。君のこと。
I just answered, right? But she went on without a hint of hesitation. Almost as if driven by a kind of impatience.
リザは私のひいおばあちゃん。イザークは私のおじいちゃん。だからね、リザには私が君を好きだってこと話したよ。そしたら言われた。怖いって。
怖い？
Why was that? Her blood relations no longer surprised me, but Sister Lisa's assessment left me puzzled.
怖いって何がです？
私が君をなんで好きかって、理由をちゃんと言えなかったから。
そんなの。
I wondered how many lovers or married couples could do that, if anything. I felt that those that were too fast to attach explanations and reasoning to their feelings were kind of fishy. Thank you! I knew it! I told you. It's freaking not possible to actually explain why you love someone if you actually love that person. Damn it!
引力が恐ろしい、みたいなことをリザは言ってたよ。私も正直、ちょっとは怖い。
Whatever. That line doesn't matter. The previous one is telling the truth.
どうして？
My initial bashfulness had been dispelled by indignation at having our honest feelings denounced for some unintelligible reason. I suppose that meant I was happy she felt that way about me. No point trying to act cool here.
俺も先輩のこと好きだよ。
For it was still incredibly embarrassing.
これも何か問題があるって？
He wore a bent and slightly troubled face that peered straight into the eyes.
イザークはね、金髪に金の目なんだよ。
But he's a guy, so stop. And can't say I'm that much of a fan of blondies. So whatever.
リザは父親に似すぎているからイザークが怖かったって言ってた。これはどういうことなんだろうね。
そんな。
That was hardly a riddle. It's stemmed solely from circumstantial evidence, but given our situation, there was only one answer.
私はそういう血を引いてるのかもしれない。そして藤井君は。
Mercurius, Scarcraft, the two leaders of the obsidian table were amiable friends.
少しは怖くなったでしょ。
No.
それでも藤井君は好きって言ってくれるかなって。聞くの怖かったけど、聞いちゃった。
Humorous shoulders trembled as she spoke.
まあ実際、すごい地雷女だよね。いろいろと設定が最悪っていうか、普通の神経なら関わりたくないだろうっていうか。
Well, it's not like, I don't know. Maybe true, but whatever.
私自身、真面目に考えると引くもの。リザだってそうだったんだから、今更藤井君にちょっと怖がられるくらい、平気、かな。
The background doesn't really
平
matter.
気だよ。
You matter. What's in you matters. The background's not really. At least that's how it works for my opinion. Yet she ended up going on an uncharacteristically long tangent in order to mask her fear. I had no idea why she thought that would help her hide it, but I suppose that behavior was also part of what made Rocky more the girl she was.
だいたい確証ないものね。まさかあの人相手に、お願いなんで DNA 鑑定させてくださいとか、チャレンジャーなこと言える人は地球上にいないだろうし。
Good one. A girl I loved.
ああ、もう、やっぱり暗くなっちゃうよ。だからやめよう。このことは忘れて、熊本の話をしよ
う。Okay, let's talk about something different. And let's say that the guy that used to play in the German football first and second league. So basically you could say that he was like already, and yeah, he retired and such, but he was already set for the future, or basically, well, he didn't really need any money. Won in a lottery. Can you believe this? What a bullshit that is. God damn it, why do people lucky and already like set for everything have to be even more lucky? And such. You don't need to panic with such a flustered face.
熊のカレーライスがそういえばあるらしいって。
I did not know that, but I did know that bear meat is actually a thing in Japan. Because in Poland, I think it is not. I might be wrong, but I think you are not even allowed in Poland to hunt for bears. But I may be wrong, okay? I'm not sure, I don't know that, so... If you claim that something in Poland happens, it's not my fault. I tell you, I have no source for what I'm saying here. Because I don't know that. Google it just in case. Because I don't feel like doing that now.
それ、北海道だから。
Okay. I seized her shoulders. Well, wait, what?
悪い癖出てるぞ、先輩。
She'd start all gung-ho and confident, but would turn and flee the moment things failed to go her way. I think that would be enough to elevate her worries, but if she wished for a casual conversation, all I could do was comply.
俺、まだ何も言ってないのに、勝手に話変えちゃダメだろ。
Apparently our chemistry was not the best. It wasn't like we'd start quarreling at the sight of each other, but our thoughts tended to take a dark turn when we were together, or so she said. As such, I had to advance casually and avoid putting any needles wave into my words. That was the kind of relationship she wished for, and I agreed. So...
地雷女とか言ってたけどさ。なんか設定からして最悪とか言ってたけどさ。
His is no better for... But didn't that make her?
すごいヒロイン属性じゃんかよ。キャラ立ちすぎてるって、本当に。
Humorous eyes I would widened, gazing at me in stupor.
おまけに誕生日クリスマスだし、もうすぐだし。ここまで来れば神がかってるだろ。そうそういるようなレベルじゃないって。
Yeah. We could Google it. How many people were born on that day? But let's not. Okay, Ryahimori is the only person that was born on that day, actually. Trust me.
その
Blush. Her cheeks flushed red like strawberries.
じゃあ私藤井君のさ
ああ。広いんだよ。
Yes, you are! At that point, I could no longer contain my embarrassment and embrace her with all my strength.
やっぱり結婚詐欺師。
It was still beyond me exactly what gave her that idea.
嘘ついたら怒るよ。今は本音でも、結果的にそうなったら許さないから。一人でカッコつけて死んじゃったら、ラインハルト城に召喚してやるんだから。それが嫌なら、絶対、約束。
ああ。約束する。
Yep, he is sure of that. I'd win. I swore to never lose again. Himura wrapped her arms around my neck, and I answered her embrace, feeling even more love for those tiny, shivering shoulders in my arms. I made sure to engrave my worth both into her body and memories. Whatever happened, I never let anyone else have this. I never let her go. I added even more strength to my embrace, as if trying to stress that fact to someone invisible. I never let anyone or anything slip out of my hands again. I protect what little I had left with the viciousness of a tiger! And I pride myself on my naive conviction. You could dismiss my words with a snort, remind me that I had already lost far more than what I could protect, but I wouldn't care. I'll protect Himura, no matter the cost. That was my final promise. Surrounded by kindness and affection, I closed my eyes and engraved it upon my heart, vowing never to break it. Oh shoot. What's going on? As a certain kind of fear nestled in my heart. Well, a certain kind of fear that I have to actually go to work today already. In a few hours, nested in my heart, and that's also the truth. And basically, I glimpsed at the clock. So basically, I have to end the episode here, and I shall record the next one tomorrow, and you shall see it the next day as well. So yeah, let's end it here, and we'll see how the story develops further. For now, hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.